signing off on, we bring them in under consent.
So we don't see the actual RFP, the
Oh, no.
selection process, none of that. We just see the contract. Okay. So then is there an audit process that documents that we actually did the required number of RFPs? Like for certain contracts, we've got a certain number of RFPs, right? Or is this all, I mean, usually, isn't our job to verify some of these things? Therefore, we would see.
Well, we're gonna have board training in November, so we can clear that for sure. We do have an audit every year. The board selects an auditor, and we're currently going through the audit process. But we definitely, an FOC could go through that and review it. as
But I
part
think
of
that's a question the FOC should delve into, right, to make sure all the, P's and Q's,
Yeah.
lots
Sounds
of
reasonable.
I's and cross T's.
David, did you?
I'm looking at, this was redone since I looked at those. I'm
And
glad
then
to see
for all
that.
the other contracts, there were RFPs for those as well, for DSS.
You're only required to do it if it's over a certain amount. And so there are some that we have done RFPs on, like, we didn't do an RFP for the one with Region 13. The
Because it's
small one.
$1,200.
And there are Region 7. And then, but we did look at several options when we were looking at real estate agents. We looked at several people when we looked at analyzing what was available here on site. And we've already done that work, it's been done. And then DSS, we interviewed several people for their services that they're doing, the financial oversight part, as well as federal and state, which brings us to EduLead. And then Boncello, I can't speak to that because they were working here at NYOS before I came on board. But every time, if there's anything new or changes, we open it up to several people.
That's, I mean, my experience is pretty typical. And a lot of times I'm on the other side of responding to these RFPs, so like that's pretty typical practice, so that doesn't give me any concern. Not that it, just so you know. I did have a question on, like, I'm confused on, like, what we're locking ourselves in for. The estimated cost for the year is $27,000, but they'd only be being paid on commission.
Are you talking about EFS? They really won't do any work unless you contract with them, but my understanding is there is no cost until you determine, like, are we going to pursue land?
So like right now, we've signed an agreement with them. They're not doing anything unless we tell them to do something.
They're gonna start looking at land. They've met with us and we've told them what we're interested in, which is land that is walkable, that is nearby.
But then, like, let's say 6 months goes by, they found some properties, but we don't like
We don't
any
like
of them.
them. We don't need to do anything. We
Okay.
don't owe them anything. Their payment, my understanding is their payment is contingent upon us purchasing.
Like a broker, like a mortgage.
And I saw they're still charging 3%, right?
Yeah, after, like, so.
I was gonna say, supposedly, right, with the new changes,
Right.
1%, there's lower fee ones.
Yeah, I don't know how that impacts us, but it says that they would get, if we purchase a property